Do you remember about a year or 2 years ago when Muslims were panicking over red heifer? It was all over the internet. They were like, wow, the Jews, they already found red heifer. It means the end of times is very near. Many Muslims, they are so into doomsday because Islam is like a doomsday cult. So they actually follow closely more than the Christians or the Jews, which is weird. But one thing about red heifer, what people don't really realize, red heifer mentioned in Bible, and red heifer is not only about the coming of the Messiah, not only about doomsday, but red heifer also mentioned when God Himself asking for a sacrifice. In Numbers chapter 19, let us read. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, this is a statute of the law that the Lord has commanded. Tell the Israelites to bring you a red heifer without defect, in which there is no blemish, and on which no yoke has been laid. So God Himself asking for a red heifer for sacrifice. The funny thing is, this kind of story is also mentioned in the Quran. However, the story is a little bit weird and actually a bit different. How? Let us read Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 67 to 69. And when Moses said to his people, Allah commands you to sacrifice a cow, they replied, are you mocking us? Moses responded, I seek refuge in Allah from acting foolishly. They said, call upon your Lord to clarify for us what type it should be. He replied, Allah says the cow should neither be old nor young, but in between. So do as you are commanded. They said, call upon your Lord to specify for us its color. He replied, Allah says, it should be a bright yellow cow, pleasant to see. So now the biggest question is, how the heck red heifer became a bright yellow cow? This is very strange. I mean, the story is very similar. And if we don't read anything, like without reading any further, we can have a conclusion. This is actually the same story. Even though when you take a look the story from the Quran, the story is kind of like very childish kind of story, right? Allah commanded you to sacrifice a cow. And then you see how the Israelites reply? Are you mocking us? What kind of reply is this? First of all, doesn't make sense. And secondly, they ask him, okay, call upon your Lord to make clear for us what type of cow it is. And then the answer from Moses, the cow should be not too young or not too old. somewhere in between. I'm not sure if the answer corresponds to the question. Because if someone asks me, Daniel, what type of cow do you want? I will tell them, I want Wagyu. I don't know if the age of a cow counted as type of cows. This is another strange past. I mean, like first. And then they ask again, call upon your Lord to specify for us its color. In this story, the Israelites asking, what color do you want? In the Bible, they didn't ask. God asked for a red heifer. Period. It's not like God asking for a cow. And then what kind of cow? The fat one. And then what color? Red. The story is very different. It's the same, quote unquote, but also at the same time, very different. And I can assure you this is a copy from the Bible. However, the writer forgot the color. He never seen a red heifer before. So that's why he wrote a bright yellow instead of red heifer. If you are a Muslim, this kind of stories, like from both Bible and Quran, you should read them both and then think for yourself and be honest to yourself because you can see right away which one is actually from God, which story is actually from God, and which story is not, which story is real, which story is fake. Anyway, that's all from me for tonight. I just want to point this out. Thank you for watching and listening, whether you're a Jew or a Christian or a Muslim. God bless you all. Have a nice life.